I don't do intros. How you guys doing today? I'm doing all right today. Today I have a different kind of video for you guys, like I always say. This is going to be an open discussion slash topic video. I did one of these before. It was the mentality of gankers video, and there was a lot of great comments on that video. So I'm gonna invite you guys to do the same thing on this video. Today we're talking about the invasion mechanic as a whole and why I think it's good for everyone involved in an invasion scenario, of course. Um, I'll just go ahead and state this now. Anybody can play this game however the hell they want to play this game. If it's intended, you can play it that way. It's pretty much how I see the game. So whatever I say should not affect anybody's playstyle, but you know, I'm just giving my opinions and whatnot. And that's the other thing too. Nothing of what I say is fact. Nothing at all. I'm just telling you what I think. And most importantly, I want to hear what you guys think too. This is what this video is for. Anybody can have an opinion, and I want to hear you guys' opinion. So drop it in the comments below. If you're an invader, if you're a ganker, if you're a co-oper, if you're a dueler, you know, anybody can comment on this video, man. Like I said, it's an open discussion. So before we get to the topic at hand, a couple things. If you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing the video, man, trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. Our next goal is 800, and we're actually really close to that goal in this moment in time. We're like almost approaching the halfway point. So thank you guys so much, man, for subscribing and stuff like that. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos. And I'm happy making them, man. I'm happy making them. I went through a little bit of a stint right there where I just wasn't enjoying Elden Ring for a little bit. But, you know, the time away from the game always brings you back to it. And burnout, you know, just go play other games and then you'll come back to Elden Ring and enjoy it. It's pretty much what happened to me. So, yeah. What are we talking about today? Alright, we're talking about the invasion mechanic. I actually held a poll on my channel of what you guys wanted me to talk about, and the overwhelming winner of that poll was in the invasion mechanic and why I think it's good for co-opers. Alright, so there's a couple of things that people don't think about when they think about invasions and why they exist in the first place. The reason why they actually, and again, this is my opinion, this is what I think. Might not be fact. This is just what I think. Why I think invasions were created to begin with, back in Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1, for example. Those games have online play. They have co-op, right? But what is the biggest selling point to a From Software game, to a Souls game, to a Soulsborne Hero Ring Elden game? Like, what is the biggest selling point? Like, when people hear about these games, what's the first thing they hear about these games? It's oh, these games are extremely difficult, right? And the second thing they hear is, oh, this game has amazing bosses. And then the third thing is, oh yeah, they have online play, they have some PvP, they have some co-op. Here's the problem with co-op though. It's not balanced. It's not difficult. It's not challenging. Like, even if you're playing with a friend and you're the same level, like you're the exact same level, and you're just playing through the entire game. Any Souls game, by the way. Now, I'm not just talking about Elden Ring game. I'm talking about any Souls game that has invasions and co-op. If you're playing with a friend and you're playing through the game, I would say the game is about 50% easier, even if the boss is like crazy, like something like Dark Eater Madir, who has like a gigantic health bar, and then, you know, obviously it doubles when you're playing with a friend. The game is still 50% easier because you can juggle aggro of enemies. You can run, you have time to heal, you have time for all kinds of things, man. In Elden Ring, you can spell spam, and spell spam is like insanely strong in Elden Ring. While you have like a friend just sit there and tank it. And that's even if you're the same level. If you're playing with an over-leveled Phantom to start your game, then, well, you're literally just watching your friend kill super low-level enemies. And that's not a knock against co-opers, that's just straight facts. The game is easier if you're co-oping. Bosses are easier if you're co-oping. At least that's what I think. And so what can you do, right? As From Software, the people who like to make their game challenging but not impossible. Well, you can add invasions. And invasions stop co-opers from doing whatever the hell they want, because now they have to worry about an invader. And it doesn't even have to be a good invader. You can just place an invader in somebody's world and have them harass the co-opers a little bit, and the co-opers have to focus on the invader. You know, it takes away from the PvE. The invader can even use PvE to their advantage and stuff like that. It's a very interesting mechanic, and I think it's very, very good. And people who hate invaders, well, they probably like to go to Chuck E. Cheese and play Whack-A-Mole on easy mode because it's made for children, right? Like, honestly, invasions make the game as hard as it can be for co-opers. And again, you do not have to be a good invader to make the game a little bit challenging. Sometimes just an invader at all can add to the experience a co-opper is having. And, well, you know. And of course, From Software also feels the need to balance invaders as well, by adding blues into the game. Now, blues were a lot different in the other Souls games. I think they were actually a lot better in the other Souls games. In Dark Souls 3, you got an item for being a blue. And, you know, that game just had a lot more people in more worlds per general. It was like 4v2 in Dark Souls 3. It was actually really, really fun. Like, you could have 2 co-opers, and then a blue would come in, and you can have 2 invaders. Sometimes, like, even 3. You could summon people as a red sign, stuff like that. It was fun, man. Elden Ring, I think, kind of botches their blues a little bit. I guess I could talk about blues in this video as well. We're going to talk about online play in general. How about that? Let's just discuss online play in general. Invaders hate blues in this game because they're the fun police, pretty much. I've always kept my same stance on blues, and that is, I am okay with blues if they come in at decent times. But the second that a blue comes in at the wrong time or spawns behind me and then one-shots me when I don't even see them, that's when blues get really, really unfun and dickheadish. Honestly. But, like, if I come into a world and the blue is there within the first 20 seconds or 10 seconds, it's fine, because now they're just another co-opper, right? But if I come into the world and I kill 2 phantoms, and I'm out of flask at this point, and the host is just running away like a little bitch, and then a blue comes in, and then 2 blues come in, and then one of them spawns behind me, and one of them has comment, and they're just spamming comment at me, and I die, you know, that's... what the hell, man? Why did you even put the fucking blue ring on just to do that? Do you hate invaders that much? Does From Software hate invaders that much? The answer is no, they don't hate invaders. If they hated invaders, they wouldn't put them in the game. But they need invaders, man. I do think that invaders help balance a good cooperative experience. They make your game, like, you can't just breeze through a game because you have to be worried about being invaded. And when you're invaded and an invader is, like, perfectly harassing you, it can add to your experience of difficulty in the game. And I think that is worth saying, is that, you know, invaders make your playthrough harder. They make your co-op playthrough harder, I should say. And that's not even accounting for things like Taunter's Tongue runs, which I absolutely love doing because I'm a fiend for PvP. And, you know, I like invading people on Taunter's Tongue runs. I like doing Taunter's Tongue runs. Like, I don't know, the best PvP in my opinion right now are invasions, because of the way that co-opers can play the level, because of the way that invaders can play the level. Like, there's a lot more factors that go into an invasion than just a duel. And when I started doing this YouTube stuff, I did a bunch of duels because I was very interested in the weapons in the game. But very, very quickly, I got really bored of duels because some people just use the same 3 builds all the time. And yeah, that does happen in invasions as well, but at least there's like multiple people I can fight. At least there's a level I can play through and stuff like that, man. I don't know. More factors equal more fun to me, which is why I think that they should allow for a second invader all the time. If a blue comes into a world, there should be a new, like another invader that comes in my opinion. If you have 2 co-opers, it's fine, 1v3 all day, whatever. If a blue comes into a world, then a second invader should be able to come into the world too. Just because the blue is there. And the blue are the fun police, and fuck them. No, blues... Like I said, many people hate blues. I'm just okay with them. I've definitely had my fun ruined a couple times by blues, but you know, it's whatever. It's whatever, really, man. Let's get back on topic a little bit and why I think invasions are a good mechanic overall. I mean, what's left really to say? I do think invasions add to a co-opers experience, man. It does. And if you're someone who gets annoyed by invaders and you're just like, oh, I wish they would just stop invading me, you know, blah blah blah, whatever. Like I said, you might be one of those people that likes to fucking play mini golf because big golf is too hard for you. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. I don't even know what that means. It floats down. Anyway. I'll be honest with you boys. There's about 10 minutes left in this invasion right here, and I'm kind of running out of things to say. I guess I'll do this, man. If there's any other topics you guys want me to tackle, I put like the truth about blues in that poll. I put why I think the game is dying. I guess I could talk about all that stuff. The game is dying because there's no news. That's pretty much what's going on here. There's no news. There's no patches. There's nothing like that. I'll be honest with you, we should get a patch like any fucking day now, but I've been saying that for like the last 3 weeks, so who knows, man. Maybe they're just taking a break from the patches and working on the expansion and whatnot. Also, Armored Core is like about to come out very soon, so you know, people are excited for Armored Cores. Obviously, they're gonna want to direct their attention toward Armored Core, so maybe they might not even put in an Elden Ring patch until God, I'm getting my fucking words all tongue twisted up, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not used to talking this long in videos. They might not even put any patches until Armored Core is released and then died down a little bit. Just because, like, if they patch the game before or they patch the game a little bit after Armored Core, it's gonna take the attention away from Armored Core a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. I still wish we would have got like a Shadow of the Erdtree trailer. All we got was a picture. But yeah, boys. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think invasions are a good mechanic? Do you think they're a terrible mechanic? Do you hate invaders? Do you hate co-opers? Do you hate gankers? One thing about gankers and why I think they should love invaders is because your entire purpose of being a ganker is to kill invaders. That's literally what you're just sitting around waiting for, is for someone to invade your world. And I read a comment not even that long ago on my Mentality of Gankers video. If you guys haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. I talk about gankers in full detail in that video. And that video is still getting comments to this day. And somebody said that they viewed gankers as the bully of Elden Ring, or just games in general, as like the bullies, right? So it's fun to get a group of friends together and beat up the bully. I can see that perspective, but it's not actually the case. I honestly think that if you get 2 friends together and your entire motivation is to just kill invaders, sit around killing invaders, you might be really, really stupid. You might be. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying you might be. And the reason for that is you are placing all of your source of fun, all of your source of entertainment, all of it into some guy that comes into your world. If he decides that he's just not playing the game, guess what? You're not playing the game. And now you're just sitting around with your thumb up your ass, just waiting for something to happen. Right? And you could send one of your friends home and then activate Tantra's Tongue and get another invader in. But that's exactly what he wants you to do. That's exactly what he wants you to do. Because at that point, it's a fair fight. At that point, you know, he ain't getting spammed by two other people while some guy runs at him with cross Naginatas and an arcane build. So yeah, man. If you're an invader, keep this in mind. If you really wanted to win every single invasion, you can, man. You can win every single invasion if you just look at a gang squad and be like, yeah, nah. And then just don't play the game. Because if you're not playing the game, they're not playing the game. They're just sitting around doing nothing. And that might be what they want to do. But I don't know, man. Personally, I wouldn't want to place all my fun into one guy. I would, you know, I would actually want to play the game. Which is why I think gankers should do something called play the level. If you're a ganker, right, and you're having problems with invaders coming into your world and then just fucking running away and mimic veiling and AFK farming in your own world because they don't want to fight 3 people with spam and overpowered weapons. What you should do at that point is not activate the Tantra's Tongue. You should run to a fucking boss and kill a bunch of enemies along the way, because that will draw out the invader. That will tell them that you are playing the level, which is what you should be doing. You shouldn't just be sitting on a rock doing nothing. And at that point, you turn into a co-opper, and we've come full circle in this video now. Invasions are good for co-opers because they add difficulty. And now you're not a ganker, now you're a co-opper. And I'm giving everybody advice in this video, apparently. If you're a blue, here's my advice for blues. If you're a blue, this is what you should do. You should not kill the invader, because that is unfun. What you should do is go into the world, aggro every enemy that you possibly can, if the co-opers are not playing the level, that is. If they're just sitting around doing nothing, you should just motivate them, man. Just aggro every enemy that you possibly can. Throw some fan daggers at some big dogs or something. And just run at the host and make the fucking enemy aggro the host. And then throw yourself off a cliff. Because now the co-opper is having to fight the level. And you're replenishing some Estus for the invader when you do that. Because when blues dies, invaders get 2 flasks back, which is insane. So yeah, boys. I guess I had a little bit for everyone in this video. It had a lot to say, I guess. This invasion still goes on for like another 5 minutes. It does have a happy ending. I get a really cool rain of arrows kill. These guys, you can tell that 2 of them are really new to the game. The host and this I'm Dead guy with the Giza wheel. You can tell that they don't really know what's going on. They tried to fight the dragon, and I came in and invaded them. They didn't know what to do. Their overpowered veteran armor friend with Radon's Rain over there is he was like, I'll solo the dragon, and he tries to solo the dragon, and it doesn't work because I stop him from doing it. Because if they kill a boss, I will leave the world, because that's how invasions work. So I don't know. They got like a couple different ideas in this clip to just try and get rid of me. It didn't work, obviously. This guy's trying to Radon's Rain me. He's trying to be sneaky. He has concealing veil on. He's trying his best. He's trying his best. And then they get the bright idea to run over to the Tibia Mariner. That's over on the other side of this ledge right here, because that's a very easy boss to kill. And then while they're doing that, I just kind of sit on a cliff and rain of arrows them, and I spoiled the end of the video. But you guys can still watch it if you want to. I'm, on the other hand, I think I'm going to just turn in here, boys. I'm going to call it right here for the commentary. There'll be no more commentary from this point in the video. if you guys like this kind of content, it's kind of social PvP topic, open discussion content, be sure to like the video, man. Like and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subs for the end of the year. If we're tenacious enough, we can do it. We're rapidly approaching the halfway point to 800, and then we're gonna get to 800. Thank you guys so much, man, for enjoying the videos and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. That being said, guys, fare thee well, peace out, and all that fun stuff. Make sure to drop a comment telling me what you think about anything I said or just the topic in general. And like I said, anybody can comment. Doesn't matter what kind of playstyle you choose. We all play the game how it's intended, right? Unless you're a cheater. If you're a cheater, then fuck you. With that being said, guys, peace out and all that fun stuff. I'll see you guys later, man.